It was touch and go. It was touch and go today. I want everyone to know this from the offset. Like, I'm grinning because I can't help but grin because I do that out of nerves and I'm looking at Sach, I'm looking at Kedge. I'm grinning because today's podcast is Wednesday night.
Yeah.
This is due to come out tomorrow. So when you hear this was recorded fresh last night.
Yeah.
And the last message from Kedge was, maybe we have to leave it this week. Sach, can you explain to everybody why we nearly had to leave it this week? Because this is your story, Sach.
It was
Sach's story to tell.
It was very, very close. And yeah, I mean, at the beginning of this week, it was this podcast is not happening this week because, there was just no way that what happened wasn't allowing us to do a podcast. But I woke up this morning and I thought, you know what? We can't not do a podcast.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the first thing I woke up and
the actual feeling and was let's bang one out.
I think that was my words. Let's bang one out.
But when you hear what Sach went through, and I won't say it now, when you hear, you'll realise why this makes you, number one, an absolute trooper. Number two, a little bit weird for the fact that you still wanted to do this, knowing what you've been through.
But I think before we even get to the podcast happening, that all I want to say to you boys is there's no laughing allowed in the podcast today.
How can we do that?
No one's allowed to laugh. No one's allowed to make me laugh.
Wow, there's a strict warning. I think we need an official line, Tommy. This podcast comes with a warning.
So hold on. Are we allowed to laugh at what you're about to say, or are you saying
no? He's already dying.
No, because it's not funny.
I mean, it's not funny. If I start laughing, I'm probably going to leave the call because I can't handle it at the moment. I can't laugh.
Oh.
And the reason why I can't laugh is because I had an accident on the weekend.
This is so serious, but I just want to burst out laughing. Can I just say?
Because as soon as he said, I tell you why. As soon as he says I had an accident, I think he crapped his pants.
Yeah.
Like, I pissed myself.
Come on, man! You can't say that.
I know, but it sounds like I had a bit of an accident. That sounds like that.
Well, I did. It was a bit of it was a big accident, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't even an accident, really. It was worse than that.
It was worse than that. It was a cross between an accident and getting run over. Is what it really is, kind of.
Right. This is 100% true. 100% true, everyone. If you're laughing listening to this podcast and you're out of order,
don't laugh.
You're rude.
You are
rude.
very,
we're not laughing.
We're not laughing.
We are not allowed to laugh. No one's allowed to laugh this week for the brown load, whatever episode it is. So basically, I got. There was an accident. I kind of got hit. I got hit by a car.
Yeah.
Which went into my car, which then hit me. Went into my chest. I've got a fractured rib right now.
Oh my God.
And I fell on my head. So my head's hurting as well. Still, it's been like 4 days. But I'm still
in the
here.
back of your head.
Yeah, kind of like grazed it up, like as if I've sort of skidded along it. Tommy's seen it because he was at the scene.
So
please don't look. I'm looking at both. I'm going to take the screens off.
No, I'm looking at Tommy's face is making me laugh.
No, now that you've said it like that, it's just brought back the horror of it. So, as you said, you were DJ at my wife's party here at the house.
Sunday
it was
night.
her 40th. It was her 40th birthday. We're all here. And are you okay? Look at that. Why are you rolling your eyes like that?
What do you mean? Rolling my eyes like what?
I thought something had happened to you again. You went like that with your face.
Oh, what? And fell off my chair?
No, I thought you were just doing something. I thought, God, he's getting dizzy or something like that.
I'm not getting dizzy. I'm just, it's difficult right now to sit. That you can see where my hand is right now.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's like you're taking the ooth, like you become president of the...
But that's
it's
kind
like
of...
really patriotic while doing the Brown Load podcast.
Yeah, no, it is.
Can
you stop it? I'm going to hang up. I'm going to hang up.
Here. Okay, so I'll tell you what it is. So he did. Firstly, Kedge, you were at the party and
wicked party,
right? We had a great time.
It was a good one. Let's just talk about that. Yeah, it was a good party. It was brilliant. The hay bales were brilliant.
The barrels, it had a good theme. It had like an outdoory barn feel. We had a marquee.
Yeah, it was wicked house party.
Did you have the veggie wrap?
I had a veggie wrap. Lovely mix of falafel, aubergine, and everything.
cocktail bar was flying. Everyone was loving all of that as well. And so it went really, but the one thing that got the most love, and I'm not just saying this because it's you, Sach, was your music, was the DJing. Yeah. And Kedge, at the very end of the night, it wrapped up by about midnight because everyone, it's the 40th, everyone was kind of dumb. They've been drinking since 6.
Yeah.
Everyone's done. I was completely sober, obviously, throughout the whole night. And Sach and I, sort of about 11:30, 11:45, we went, you know what? We think everyone's pretty much done now. Now we're just into that slight danger territory where people get
a little lull.
Yeah. So he went, look, I think we should wrap it. And I went, I agree. Cool. I got on the mic, bigged up my wife. Thank DJ Sachi. He got a bigger roar than her. It's her fault. And the roar for the music was great. Anyway, so all that's done. And I've walked Sach down the drive and I've gone, all right, cool. Catch you later, Sach. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much. There's no one like you, Sach. Rah, rah. Love. See you later. I go inside. I go and have a pashab. I'm stood there having a pashab. The phone rings. Then it cuts out. Sachin, right? The phone rings
that's
again.
One thing, isn't there? There's no reception around your gaff. That's the other problem.
No, but obviously it cut out because
not in your house, but like around your house. There's no reception on that road.
Yeah. Right. Well, he's going. Then it rings again. I answer it. Oh, you missed me already, Tommy. Come around the corner. What? Tom. And he's out of breath, right?
Oh, mate.
You go, what? And instantly, I could feel my legs going to jelly. I went, what was it? He goes, I've been hit by a car.
Your wee stopped.
It was that the wee bit was over. Everything was put away. I was washing hands.
The other bit came out.
I didn't go running out with my toto flapping around.
Okay. Fine. Just check it.
You're right. He goes, get away from
that because I know it was middle of the night. You could have.
He's like, I was in pain, but I didn't need to see that.
That would have made him stand up straight away.
No, I'm fine. I'm good. No. So I go running out. And honestly, I remember thinking that my legs were like jelly because you hear that and you don't know where I'm running to or what I'm going to see. But he was stood up. He wasn't on the floor.
You were standing up. Okay.
He'd got himself up already and he was like keeling over like he'd been winded. And I've gone, what's that? And then remember you went, and you pointed into the direction of a car and you said, car, knock me over. I went, and there was a car there and I grabbed the door, threw the door up and I went, did you just knock my mate over? Yeah. He went, no. And then Sach out of breath goes, not him.
Oh,
wrong car.
God, this is proper drama, mate.
Okay, sorry. So I closed the door, let him go. I went, you what? And so basically, Sach had the door open of his car, as he said, and a car came around the corner and hit his car and the door knocked him to the ground.
Ouch.
And honestly, it was just so scary. It was so scary. We didn't know what was going on at the time. But thankfully, if I'm honest, I've said it, it was Sach and not you, Kedge, because I think you would have broken into 1,000 pieces.
Well, I was thinking, Jesus, I would have been pancake, mate.
Yeah. The fact that you got a bumbo can kind of handle himself, it meant I think he took it. He took a car effectively being thrown into him.
Yeah.
And
that is quite.
Do you know what? It was weird. I was thinking about it this morning actually, and I thought, do you know what? It's going to be something in my life, like an experience with Tommy that I know that I'm never going to forget because I could see that he was panicking.
Yeah,
I was panicking. We luckily got me to a paramedic, which was good of Tommy. Like he thought straight away, right, we need to get to this person. Blah blah. I got checked over. Big shout out to your what's that?
Neighbour, Erica,
who sort of looked.
But also,
looked me over.
I'm sorry, but Gizmo and Angels and whatever, like as I said, Sach, I said, let's get you, because obviously he stood in the road. I said, let me get you sat down. I don't know what it is, right? I said, come to the house. I could put you in one of the rooms in the front room where no one was going, everyone was in the marquee. You could sit there, chill. As we got to my house, my next door neighbor, who is a paramedic, who was on shift that day, Erica. She was coming down the kitchen.
Do everything.
What's that?
Does she know how to do everything? Check everything. Yeah,
everything.
In Gujarat, you would call it Erica. In Gujarat, you would call it Erica Badu.
I think that was just for her own. She'd had a couple of drinks. No, I'm kidding. She didn't do that. But she was walking down the alleyway, side alley, as we got to the front of the house. I mean, there's 150 odd people in the house.
How come she came out?
She walked out at the moment we were.
You're so lucky in it, though. That's what because I only found out the day after, and Sach goes, "Oh, Kedge, what didn't happen last night?" So I thought, you know what? Someone's had a fight at Tommy's, and Tommy's decked somebody. Honestly, I thought there was a fight and Tommy decked somebody, and then he goes and told me the story, and I thought, My God, Sach, you're lucky you're alive, bruv, because that could have gone very wrong, or it could have been
a few seconds either way. A few seconds either way, it could have been a lot worse if he pulled away and the card hit him. If he was in another spot, or I don't know, like it just could have all been a different story. And but Erica did the kind of check of his vitals. Do you know who you are? Where are you? What's your name? All that kind of stuff. And she was. And in fairness, you were fairly corpus mentis at the time, because you said, I saw the car, we know who it is, got the plate and everything. So all that was that. And the car was around the corner. So we got all the details from the person. So now it's an insurance.
It's the palaver,
Yeah, but it is a palaver. And obviously I'm walking past, DJ Sach's car every day, seeing it, because it could just bring about horrific memories. But it was really scary.
Still there.
It's still there.
Wow.
But anyway,
drivable.
My point is, scary stuff.
Scary stuff.
Well done. And that's why I think a quiet little round of applause for Sachi for trooping on.
Yes. No. Yeah. Claps are fine. No laughing.
No.
Claps,
okay.
Yeah.
No laughing.
No laughs.
But how were you down at A&E, and how were you with all of that?
I mean, the next day, do you know what? So that night, obviously got home in a weird sort of way. Nothing hurt on that Sunday night because
adrenaline,
you're pumped full of adrenaline. I went to bed. It's this Monday morning where you feel all the aches and pains.
Is that because you spoke to me?
Well, yeah, I mean, you were one of the first people I did, but I mean, I didn't even, like, my eyes were still closed.
Or was it that talking to Kedge created the aches and pains? Is that what you mean?
No, but I said to Kedge, I was like, look, Kedge, like, I'm feeling really rough today. And
I'll be honest with you.
I said to him, I should go to hospital. And even he was like, okay, are you feeling all right? Like,
yeah, no. And also, as soon as you said that, I'd written you off for the week.
He did. He was like, Kedge actually said to me, he goes, don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about the podcast. Don't worry. He goes, just go and sort yourself out.
I've never heard Sach like that, and I thought, man's down. Man is
I was down and out. But then, I got to A&E, and I think they put me down and out even more, because it was just the palaver. Like, I got there at 10:30 in the morning thinking, he's gonna, it's been a heavy night.
Bank holiday Monday as well.
Bank holiday Monday. I thought, I'd get in there quick time. I didn't get seen until 5:30 in the evening.
Bank holiday Monday is the worst day to go to A&E because no. I'll tell you what.
It's a lottery. You don't know.
Well, I fractured my elbow and did all of that stuff on a bank holiday the day before the bank holiday.
How did you fracture your elbow?
I was rollerblading and then I got hit by a taxi.
Kedge, don't make me laugh, please.
Was it for a sanitary towel advert? Was that why? What do you mean rollerblading? Who rollerblades?
I was rollerblading in central London, and I was coming down the stairs. Have I not told the story? Coming down the stairs.
Yeah, I think you have.
I've come down the stairs backwards, and there was not supposed to be any cars on the road.
I think you've said this. You said this on radio. I think I said it on radio.
Yeah.
A taxi hit you.
So there's supposed to be no cars on the road because it was Friday night skate in London. So we just skate around London. It's a massive skate. We go from like Hyde Park almost to East London, like past what's that market in Liverpool Street?
Yeah.
Spitalfield. Yeah, so we go all the way there and back again. So they stopped the traffic, but this taxi van obviously decided to move, and there was fewer skaters, slightly professional ones, who were coming down the stairs backwards, and he clipped me, and I went spinning 360. Landed on the thingy. I didn't realise. I got back up and I started skating again until the marshal goes, mate, you need to stop because you're dripping a lot of blood.
Oh.
And then I realised that my left hand had split open, but the palm had, and I'd fractured my elbow. Anyway, it was bank holiday, my God, and everyone who's drunk is there, and all the injuries and everything that were in the ward, same as me. I thought I was bad. There were people way worse. It's madness, isn't it? It's the bank holiday madness. Everyone's drunk.
I think I did see a lot of people with broken stuff, as in broken legs. I saw so many people on crutches. I saw so many people with like their arms in slings, like in their t-shirt and stuff. So it could have been one of them nights where you've just done something stupid, and then
it is. It's always that night. Yeah. So anyway, so then go on then. So what? You went in at 10:30.
Well, yeah, it was just a day of sitting around, and I think at one point I even messaged the both of you because we talked together in the group, and I was just because you were like, any update, and I was like, the update is 10 minutes. I'm going to give it 10 minutes. I'm going to go home.
Yeah. And then you got seen.
And I was really angry at that point because it's just annoying sitting there, isn't it? Like it's just annoying. I wasn't angry at anyone. I didn't I saw a lot of people abusing staff, which I didn't like at all at the hospital because that's not on whatsoever. But I was angry at myself because I was just like, I just don't want to be here. And I meant it when I sent it to you. I was like, 10 minutes, I'm going.
Yeah.
And they called my name about 2 minutes later.
Right. And then what? Did you have an X-ray? What's the diagnosis?
Well, they can't. The thing is, with a fractured rib, you can't do an X-ray because they can't see it. So he basically kind of squeezed in between ribs to find out. And he was like, yeah, that's definitely what it is.
Oh, mate.
And so now, you know, what does this mean? How long does it take for a rib to heal?
Well, he said, look, give it a couple of weeks and you might start feeling better, but it's going to take time to fully heal.
Oh, my God.
That's basically where it's at.
That's a long one. Look, that is a long... You know, the main thing is, like we said, at least it could have been much worse. It feels like you used up a life. Thank God for that.
More than that. You get slammed by a car. I tell you. Well, look, and it, you know what's? Can I share something which is a bit weird, but just shows how people are. So at the end of the night, obviously, for the last little bit of the night, I'm running back and forth. So Sach ended up going to my neighbour's house, to Erica's house, sitting in their lounge, and where he could they could talk, stay on the phone to the ambulance and all that, and the 999 call, who were then toying around whether they should come out or not, because Erica was like, I think you're okay. You haven't got concussion. You haven't got this. You haven't got, those kind of things. But keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on that. Anyway, but
thank God Erica wasn't drunk.
No, she wasn't. No,
she wasn't.
And then as I came outside, people go, as I came out of the neighbour's house, they go, what are you doing? I went, look, it's been a bit of an accident. The DJ got hit. And you know what the first thing everyone said? We were like, oh my God, he played my tune and everything. I'm like, what? Like, oh God, he's such a good DJ as well. And I'm like, hold a minute, these two things don't correlate. It's not. He's
not dead.
He played my request, therefore he doesn't deserve to be hit by a car. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Well done in your little karma world. Oh, he played your request. Oh, well done you. Oh, you go. Oh, he's such a good DJ. So I'm like, oh yeah, because if he was a bad DJ, you'd go, oh good, I'm glad he got hit. Like, well, what? This doesn't make any sense. It's funny how people's logic is. But anyway, everybody, I then got about 6 or 7 messages the next day from people who did know saying, how's your DJ, mate? So everyone was worried about you, but everyone's glad to know now you are okay. So thank you.
I am okay and I'm here.
Well done. Well done, Sach. Thank you, mate. And thank you for DJing. You are the best DJ in the world. You really are.
It was, yes. I was going home and then Sach decided to drop a garage set and I just danced.
He stayed for about 15 minutes longer than he should. Yeah,
20 minutes, and it was a wicked little set, and I had a little bop in the corner by myself. It was wicked. But while you injured your ribs, I was exercising my lungs and my ribs, because that day before that, I was at Spurs, and you know what? It was a brilliant game, by the way. Spurs won 3-0 against Leicester. I'm going to mention that because obviously there's a lot of this is a sport Leicester, so it's just to remind them. But
at Schedule 1. Schedule 1.
There's not a lot of people that support Spurs, so you can.
No, that's why you could lump it back on me one day. But you know what? I think there needs to be a massive overhaul in the rule of football fans. And I can't believe no one has thought about this. And maybe Qatar, where the World Cup's going to be happening in December, could be the place we can sort of really take on Kedge's new rule. Because I thought about it, and I have never sat in a row watching a live football match and having to get up and down from my seat, because I'm at the end of the row, because I always like to sit at the end of the row. Everyone was going for a wee every 5-10 minutes. And I'm sorry, once is fine. I'm trying to watch a football game here, right? It's an important game.
Yeah.
So I think we need to implement the no drinking alcohol rule at least half an hour before kickoff, or just every seat has to be fitted with some sort of contraption that you want to turn.
You want to turn football into a dry state. You want to turn it into Gujarat.
Not a dry state, but it just something needs to be done. One man, 6 times in the first half. And his girlfriend's going, oh my God, you got a liver like, what do you call it?
Not
like
liver.
Bladder,
Kidney.
like a kidney. You've got a kidney like a little
Shows how clever Spurs fans are. You got a liver. You got a liver like a mouse.
I'm going to come back to that couple in a minute, right? And one guy, he was smiling every time he went down. He went back up. The half is not even finished. He's back down again.
Hang on, what you're saying is you want to implement a bidet into the seat.
I think there needs to be a contraption where, Tottenham, high-tech, state-of-the-art stadium in the world at the moment, what they didn't do is fit some sort of contraption to, just take away urine from your seat. I don't know, whatever.
It's funny that because the whole stadium does look like a big toilet seat, doesn't it? That's what it.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe then we should have had some sort of toilet seats fitted or something that just enables you to do your business while you're still in the seat. Because I felt like I was playing musical standing, sit down. What do you call it? Musical what?
Do you know what? Like this is
the one where you have to lie down and sit down.
Yeah, musical chairs, mate.
Sleeping lines.
Musical bumps. Musical bumps. What's the name?
No. Musical chairs, mate.
Not musical statues. No, the one where you have to go up and down, up and down. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I just honestly,
pole dancing.
That's the one. Pole. And also going back to that couple, yeah, that some fans, and I'm just going to say this because it was bugging me, right? I do love passion at a football game. I do love it. And, you sing and you get joined in and there's always a new song that you might want to learn. And you think, all right, I'm ready to sing this one with the fans because I know the words. There's, because there might be a new player. The guy next to me, it brought his girlfriend along and he was, giving her the sort of, the sort of, I don't know, the rundown on what's happening and who's playing. I thought that's very nice of him, explaining it. Maybe it was her first game or something. And then, when Jamie Vardy comes on, bearing in mind he's a Tottenham fan, he goes, when Jamie Vardy's coming on, obviously, which is not a good thing for Tottenham because he's a good player. So, and everyone knows he's a very good player and he scored a lot of goals and all of that.
Mm.
And he starts singing, Jamie Vardy's having a party, Jamie Vardy's having a party. What? You're a Tottenham fan, bruv. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
You don't sing celebratory songs for the other side.
For the other side. For the other side, he might come and score against you. I don't know. It was bugging me. No, he was obviously not a Spurs fan. He was a fraud.
Yeah. Basically, the problem is, genuinely, I mean, it's with Spurs, Chelsea, Man United, Man City, Liverpool, you're going to get people at the ground that are just big fans of big football.
Yeah, football.
Yeah. Bless him, he was getting excited. But he was, I think he was a little bit, because also there's another chant where he was singing it so loudly. So the opposite corner sings, we're shelf side Tottenham. And then we reply, we're Park Lane Tottenham. And it goes back and forth, right? Normally when the game goes into a bit of a lull and it's a bit boring. But he was singing, we're Parkside. What was that? Is that some band from the 80s or something? What was that?
I think for Jamie Vardy, I would have done Tu Nachala, Teri Vardy Aiya, Tu Nachala, Teri Vardy Aiya, Tu Nachala. If you
had done that next to me, I would have got up and pretended I needed a wee.
Yeah.
And then stayed.
So you're representing the Punjabi contingent of Leicester fans in the Spurs ground.
God. But are you going to any more games now? Is it done now?
I think it's done because I tried to get tickets for the Arsenal game and I couldn't get any.
But I think you should just give up. And even next season, if you don't go see him, it's fine.
I'm not supporting Man United.
No, but I'm not telling you to support Man United.
Yeah, I'm
not supporting Man United. I think I'm going to follow Palace next season. I've had enough.
Or West Ham, maybe European champions.
Yes. No.
Europa champions when we beat Frankfurt tomorrow. By the time this podcast comes out, for a lot of people, we'll know whether we're still in it as well. How did you find it without Sach in the office though this week, Kedge?
Struggling. Yeah, struggling. We're man down. So obviously, if you're a man down, you're going to struggle.
So what do you do as a boss in that scenario? Do you have to roll your sleeves up and get involved yourself?
Yes, and also you need other people to step up as well. So it's a bit of both. But yeah, I tell you, Sach is like having Sach around in the office is like having a gravity blanket. It's
weighs
nice
you down.
Makes
you feel heavy and slow, like you sit.
No, it's very comfortable. It's reassuring, and it puts you to sleep. And that's what Sach is, because you can just rely on him to just, crack on.
Okay, Sach, what's it like having Kedge in the office?
You know what? Like, as much as I cuss him and stuff, he's very organised, and he organises people. So you can't knock him for that.
If you were likening him to a Premier League boss manager, Who would you do?
I'd probably, in a weird sort of way, I'd probably say Jose Mourinho when he was successful at Chelsea.
When he was successful.
The highest compliment. Yeah. Not when he was useless at Spurs.
Not when he was useless at Man United or Spurs. When he was in his prime, like a young, fresh, because he's fresh, Chelsea manager. That was him. He was there. Jose then.
I thought it'd be more of a Gordon Strachan. I don't know why.
Oh, Gordon Strachan, I'll take that as well.
Looks a bit angry.
The Desi Ginge. But talking of bosses, did you hear this story of a boss who basically he's really split people's opinions. He's divided opinions in the fact that because he's encouraging his co-workers to snitch on each other, right? Which in itself is well, you can, see, well, let me know what you think about that, but I don't think it's a good thing. But he wants his co-workers to snitch on each other if they're eating on the job. So he's put signs up around the office saying that there's employees must not eat during work hours. Right, because I think he believes that it turns into a bit of a faff. People are not working; it's not productive enough. You will receive a £20 reward if you can catch an employee eating during work hours. And employees with 3 warnings will be laid off. That is his words. Will be laid off with no exceptions. So there is a punishment attached to this.
Very quickly about that story, it kind of reminds us of all of our old a guy that was all of our old boss at the BBC, and you all know who it is.
What about him though?
No, I'm just saying this story sounds like it could be him.
Really? What, with all the rules and everything that we were putting on?
No, he's the kind of guy that would ask someone else to snitch on the team.
Oh.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
we can all agree on that.
It's funny because
you'd almost be rewarded.
Yes. And in a weird sort of a way, I think Tommy was probably the guy that got targeted to snitch on us.
Yeah.
No, because, do you know what I mean?
It was more like inside knowledge. Like
Yeah.
Inside knowledge is snitching.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
it's more like what's what
Tommy knows not to do that.
Is Kedge being a bit like this in the office? Is he being a bit like that in the studio?
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, he's harmless.
You never told me that.
I know he swears a lot. I know he throws things around the office, and I know he intimidates other people, and I know he's sometimes aggressive and opinionated.
He's opinionated, but he's not aggressive.
Stubborn. So, but honestly, he's like a big puppy dog. If you tickle the right spot, it'll keel over.
Exactly.
You just got to know. See, I can handle my little Kedge Mastiff, but they couldn't handle the Kedge Mastiff.
You could handle. Glad you could handle the stiff.
Basically, all it was, Tommy knew where to tickle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And I loved being tickled.
Yeah, exactly.
But can I just say that manager you spoke about, who would employ these tactics? I was actually a victim of it. If you remember correctly, Tommy had just hosted. I'm going to say I don't care. Tommy had hosted an Asian comedy night.
Yeah.
And
you don't care. You don't care anymore.
I don't care. NFG, and on that lineup, I don't remember who was on it. I'll be honest with you, but it was one of the early days, and I just said in the office, and I didn't realise that this was a bad thing to say. I just said it. I just said.
I know what he's going to say.
Because let me give a bit of context. Everyone was saying, "Oh, it was brilliant. Brilliant comedy night. Tommy, brilliant. Tommy was brilliant. Yes." That we know. That was the early signs of Tommy becoming a stand-up comic. And Tommy was always been good, right? The concept of the night, very good, right? But the comedians we had on the night, I said, I'm sorry, I don't find Asian comedians funny. I said it.
Oh.
Right? I just said it. Because we were generally having a chit-chat in the office.
That is an opinion, isn't it? And it's cool.
Yeah, well, that's what
it's It's his opinion.
Yeah, it's his opinion, yeah.
And also, there was more to it. I was saying, they don't make me laugh and howl like other comedians.
Non-Asian comedians.
Yeah, non-Asian comedians.
And I think what it is, for you, is you don't enjoy comedy around Asian culture sort of comedy, like strict parents.
I think because I think also I think maybe we grew up with it, we've seen it. Yeah, like for me, it felt, even at the time, it felt like, goodness gracious me has done that. They did it brilliantly. We've been there. Do you know what I mean? What was it, the In It Boys and all of that, and it was all brilliant. It was all brilliant, and I just felt that 10, 15 years on, that doesn't make me laugh anymore. So I just said it, but someone snitched to the manager.
Yeah.
And I got pulled aside straight away, marched to an office.
Wow.
And was told not to air my opinions in a public space like that.
Yeah. Wow. And then I get approached saying, do you think he's a bit negative?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, he is all the time. I said, we have a word for it. We call it kedgetivity. It's when and I said, but if you can get Kedge on board with an idea, you've had all the holes that could possibly be picked at. It's a bit like my wife. Well, yeah, but what about this? And what about that? And what about this? And what about that? But if I get my wife on board, and if I got Kedge on board, whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna be successful at.
You'll succeed. Yeah. There we go.
But you don't want people. You don't want people going, oh, everything's amazing. Yeah. You want people to go, yeah, but do we not need to, this style, that style, and just on a little bit of a positive note. I just want to bring it to a positive thing about the work thing, because I come across a work story as well, which I think it came out last week. Portugal. People, it's all about Portugal. Portugal's passed a new law where bosses it's a law, cannot contact you outside of work hours.
Love it. Brilliant.
How
that is that? Great for me, Kedge, after 5 o'clock.
I was going to say, Sach would never hear from me. What would I do?
Someone's getting sued.
Right. It's because of the pandemic, work hours, home hours, all blurring into one, people's mental well-being and all that. They've gone, right, enough. These are your hours. Brilliant. And imagine Kedge calls you an evening. You can sue him.
I'll sue him, definitely.
I'd be very poor.
Happily sue.
That's a positive. Yes, but could you do that? Do you think that's normal? Do you think you could not contact someone outside work hours and just leave it to like 9 to 5 or whatever your hours are?
Well, you know what it is. It has to be, isn't it? It has to be what it has to be. What can you do? I'm sorry. To be fair, if I get called from work and if it's not the big dog, then I'm not answering it. I'm not answering it to a little, puppy. That's it.
Yeah, it's got to be the big dog.
All the home truths are coming out today. I'm not dealing with no jalupalus. Unless it's the main person himself or herself.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly. But back to the story of what you said, Kedge. I mean, like this snitching thing.
Would you snitch?
No, I wouldn't, because I always think that. Quid? No, it's not about the money. Snitches get stitches.
Oh,
so. You don't do it, basically.
No.
And it's like, in a weird sort of a way, you're kind of like the workforce. You need to be a team, innit? Like, that's what it's about. This is kind of like causing a divide. It's causing a divide in the team.
I would instigate that all of us together ordered Domino's pizza and we ate it together in our boss's face.
But also, that's the issue I've got. The issue I've got is he's picking on food.
Yeah.
What about smokers? What about chitter chatter? What about other things? I'm like, actually, I love eating, and I love eating most of the day, and I love eating and working. If I'm sitting there and I'm having a laptop day, you better believe that by the end of the day there'll be 4 empty plates around me, a bowl, some spoons,
Epic.
2 or 3 cups. That's how I get through it. I comfort eat my way through work. I know that says a lot about psychological makeup and my own comforts, but I'm like, there's nothing wrong in that. So no, you're right. I agree. I don't think if someone's having a little nibble, come on.
I know. Just as long as, I'll be honest with you, I don't like it though when it's smelly food.
Yeah, no.
It says the one that brings in smelly food.
No, I don't warm up my dogla and all of that in the office, in the canteen.
Please tell me you don't bring that in. You just bring it in.
No, of course I don't. No, I don't. I don't do any of that. But I mean, I know better. But there's certain pongi desi kana that you can't bring into the office microwave. You just don't do it. You got to have it cold, or just don't bring it in.
Yeah. Or you bring your own microwave.
Yeah, but a place where I might consider taking some warm dokla is, and this has got to be the most, I think, exciting bit of news that I've come across this week and in a long time, right? And that is, we are in the year 2022. We're only 3 years away from 2025. I can do the maths. But do you know what's happening in 2025?
I know. That's when that new rail line's opening, isn't it? In the UK, because it's been delayed for that many years.
The Lizzie line.
Crossrail.
Oh no, that's next week. It's been delayed for about 5 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, the Lizzie line, the purple one.
Yeah, the purple one.
Yeah, well, you'd hope that it was supposed to be built for a birthday, so I hope it's ready in time for a birthday.
Very quickly about that, they said we're going to open it, but we're still going to do testing on Sunday. Is it safe?
Yeah, because it's got no driver in it in the train.
That is weird.
So, well, it's not really. The trains are
okay. No, but I'm just saying it's a bit weird that they're saying, "Oh, we're going to open it in a couple of weeks," but on Sundays it's closed because we're still testing.
I think they're just going to rush it out. I mean, they've got to get it out before the Queen's birthday. I mean, otherwise it's terrible. But I tell you what will be ready by 2025, and this is mighty exciting, and that is that the US-based space company Orbital Assembly have revealed their plans to have humans spending time in a hotel in space. They've actually released pictures. It's going to cost you a fair bit of money, they reckon. But
how much?
Well, they haven't given us the total cost yet, but they're saying that basically they're going to launch 2 space stations. One's going to be up in 2027, and the Pioneer station is going to be up in 2025, and it's going to be the first habitable platform capable of providing, check this, Tommy, you're going to love this, artificial gravity, which means it's going to open opportunities to unprecedented research, tourism. It's going to be next level. And the shape of it is like this big wheel. So you're going to be able to walk around it. It's like this massive wheel. It's something out of Star Trek or something.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And we're only 3 years away. They're going to be using vacuums for toilets. So you won't have to worry if Sach calls you with an accident or anything in the middle of space. It will still suck it down the toilet.
Can I ask a question? Like,
it's going to be simulation.
How different is it from a cruise, really? Because you're just sort of stuck in. What are you going to? What can you
how
do?
Different when you open the window? Oh, hello! I'll just look down upon
Uranus.
All that as well.
Yeah, but then, like, how much? Like it's like if you got like a really nice view, it's nice for a few minutes.
Yeah,
and then what?
Yeah, but.
It's going to get a bit same old.
But to not be on planet Earth and be above.
Yeah, no, but Kedge, this is I agree with Tommy. It's a glorified cruise. And how long are you on this journey for? Can you go there for a day?
Well, maximum. They reckon that it's going to the maximum number of people on the spaceship at any one time is 28 people.
Well, that's rubbish, as
you're
it is.
Bump into everybody every day on the buffet car. Yeah. Same old people.
You can stay on there. You can stay on there for short stays, a week, or you can go on for a month. You can use it as a holiday villa if you want to. Guys, have a look at the pictures for some of this. I mean, it's like the villa is up to 500 meters squared, Tommy.
How much does it cost? Does it say?
No, it doesn't say how many. It doesn't say how much yet, but you can get onto the website and put your name down for it, apparently. So
you don't come back with a suntan or a space tan because it's going to be dark.
Well, we're going to find out. You might get a space tan. You might go, because there's no light at all, you might go really pale.
Because it's... when the sun shines, it shines on Earth. But then why is all of space dark? Sorry,
that's because because it needs light to bend and all of that. And there's none of that.
He's made that up.
He's made that up.
It's something to do with reflection. No, reflection and refraction. It's all about that.
No, that don't make sense at all, mate.
What's the light reflecting off or refracting from?
The sun is in the sky. Where is it?
No, it's in space.
It's in the sky.
But the rest of space is dark.
I'm there or thereabouts with it, but it's a vacuum, and therefore there's something to do with that, and it's something to do with the fact that light doesn't travel through that bit.
Dyson.
That's it.
So, like, are all the planets well lit, or is it not the ones that are really far away? Do you know what I'm getting at?
Well, no, the further away you are, because apparently we were closer to the sun. Our original orbit was closer to the sun, but we've moved away slightly. So, and apparently Venus was a good distance away from the sun, but that's moved closer as well.
Will we have sunny days on this space hotel?
We're in space. Where do they have sun in space?
I don't know.
If you put the light on,
that's not sunny days though, is it? That's lighty days.
Yeah, but I don't think sunny or rainy day comes into it.
Then it's the same old day, basically. It's Groundhog Day.
Well, have you not seen enough space films, guys? You know what it's like.
Yeah, it's dark. I'm not sure about that then, Kedge.
I think it's probably, honestly, I reckon it'd be a lot of money and it'd be overrated. And I think I'd rather go to Dubai, which is amazing.
Okay, well, I've got another. I'm going to carry on with the theme.
It's always amazing. You cannot go wrong with Dubai.
I'm gonna tell you about another invention that will be better than Dubai.
Let's hope this is better than the space hotel thing.
And Tommy's going to love this, I think.
Okay.
And that is that there is a company already working on a robot chef. Okay.
Oh.
So, yes, they will help you make the food, which is obviously, I think we're going down that road. Do you know what I mean? Already, like, you know, we've got blenders, and that's the basics of a robot. You're going to get stuff that will make the complete dish. But they are now training these robots to taste food like a human as it cooks it.
Brilliant.
So
I get it. That makes sense. It's like almost like a litmus paper. It can just analyze the exact levels of salt to lasan to chilies, coriander.
I want to say, thinking about it, places like, say, Wagamama's, where the food is the same in every restaurant, a robot can make that.
Yeah.
Because there's no. Of course there is, because you give it the recipe, it knows how much of what quantity goes in, it can taste it, and it has to taste a certain way. Whereas if you go to like a different restaurant, which is like specially made, you know, like a dish,
French restaurant,
you might ask for chili paneer like hot.
Yeah,
but then you could argue, Sach, even they could be made by robots. Then once you program that into a robot, that cod, you know, in a so-and-so sauce, in a cooked a certain way for a certain time, for a certain temperature, all of that can be monitored by its weight by a robot. And probably to perfection without any error. It's not like, I've accidentally left that on.
Well, it's funny you say that. So do you know, let me tell you how far they've got with these trials, okay? They've already programmed this robot to, basically it is learned how to make an omelette based on a human taster's feedback. And it uses the taste as you go approach. So it makes it, you know, it mixes, it adds until, like you said, it gets to that sort of marker where it needs to hit. And then, I'm guessing you're all thinking, well, so how does the robot chew and taste food? And this is done with, like you said, sensors. And it's to do with, you know, the robotic arm has got
acidity levels.
And it's a process of tasting, and that's how it checks. And so, you know, scrambled eggs and tomatoes, it can make that. And it knows exactly the amount of salt that needs to go into it. I mean, this is all a bit scary, isn't it?
No, I legit think MacD's could work on robots.
Absolutely. I was thinking that as well.
Yeah.
Because everything will be timed. Grill a burger for this long.
Yeah.
Well, it is kind of time, isn't it? The chips, when they whack them in the chips, it's timed, isn't it? They know exactly when they're
all. However, the one curveball I'm going to throw into this, and I genuinely believe this, there's something about, say, my mum's food, which has come from her hands, which I think you can put love into food, and I don't think the robots can do that. I really do think.
But I'm going to
cook something with love. It's made with love.
I'm going to counter-argue that and say that I think we're only maybe a generation or 2 generations away from people not knowing what their mother's food needs to taste like, because everything is becoming processed, quick, easy.
Really? I think it's probably going the other way. I think it's now, it was going that way, but I think now there's an awakening. People are kind of going, let's get back to organic, let's get back to local, let's get back to small stores.
I think people will forget how to make certain dishes. Because if you think about it, we spoke about it on the podcast before, there's certain dishes that people don't eat anymore because over time it's just got out of fashion and people don't eat it. Now, I'm predicting that desi khana, some of it is going to go out of fashion. So therefore, certain dishes that are the only, let's say your mum, maybe your grandmother could make, that techers ain't being passed down. And I don't think people will know how to make, let's just say, bhajia or, I don't know, khandwi, as my favourite food, the yellow wrappy, you know, looks like pasta.
Roly-poly.
Roly-poly.
You can't wee. If you can't wee.
Can't wee.
Oh, it looks like you've weed on it, to be fair.
Leave it, I said. But I'm just saying the techers is going to go. And so therefore, I don't think people will want that anymore because people won't know what to ask for.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it'd be like homemade. Okay, so nobody makes homemade pastry now, right? Because pastry is such a faff to make with flour and butter and everything else.
Yeah.
You just get it out of the packet. And even in every chef program,
like when was the last time you had a vol au vent?
Yeah, no, not homemade. I mean, I have it. You have that out of a packet. You're right. You wouldn't
but even then, it's like it's just dying out. Like if you told a kid now.
Well, do you know what a volley is? I'm quite sad about that because I think that's a good little.
Oh, I do love it. I
love a canapé.
Where can we go? Where can we go for a volleyball? Is there a restaurant in London that does that? Because if you get a good one with paneer filling in it, my God.
No. I don't want that paneer in it, mate.
Why you always see you're that guy?
Exactly. Why have you put it into like Gujaratified it?
Let's stick a paneer in there.
let's pour some dal in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Cornflakes with Tabasco sauce and chutney. Oh no!
Well, we know he puts Vimto in his cornflakes.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, fine. So anyway, if anyone knows a good place to go and volleyball, let us know. And can I just carry on with the robotic and the AI theme and move on to the final part of the story, which I think. Well, this is, and it's a metaverse update because we like to talk about the metaverse. We are the pioneers of the metaverse here on the Brown Load, where we have brought that news to you first, and we carry on basically, sort of really pushing the boundaries and bringing you the stories that actually you're not going to read anywhere else. And now, guess what's happening in the metaverse? What? Soon, you are going to be able to have okay, so just to recap, obviously, up until now, all we know is the metaverse is basically you put the goggles on, you could have these glove things on, and you can sort of, go around and you feel things, and they make it look like you're touching.
That's not allowed. That's slightly creepy.
Yep.
Well,
gloves on, so there's no fingerprints. You go around feeling things.
If you think that's creepy, you'll now be able to have the power to lunge in for a kiss in the metaverse. Sach, behave. Put those lips away. Well, what they're saying is
kiss a robot, innit? Kiss a robot.
Is they've taken realism to another step. So scientists have created a device that brings a feeling sensation to the mouth, lips, and tongue. So they pulled this off by adding a load of ultrasonic transducers to a VR headset, right? So you will then, in the metaverse, when you're in there, you'll be able to feel a kiss, and you'll feel vibrations around your lips. Exactly. How mad is this? I mean, also, like you said, people might see it as being a little bit creepy, but this is the new tech. This is the new tech, which is capable of simulating swipes, vibrations in and around your mouth, and it's associated with it.
So you could kiss somebody else in the metaverse and feel it in the real world.
Exactly, because people are arguing that it's just all out there. You're not going to feel anything, but now you're going to feel that sensation on you. I mean, this again, this is next level stuff that we're talking about here.
Then hold it. I'm just going to go with it, right?
I know where you're going.
But now I'm thinking you could buy like a human form body, right? And let's say you plug it into your laptop, whatever, metaverse laptop. And on the other end, you ask to connect to J-Lo, and you go, J-Lo, will you take over this other body?
No, you don't need a body. You don't need a body.
Kiss.
You don't need a body. That's the whole beauty of it. You can just be sitting there in your gaff. You're just sitting there at your table, wherever you want to be sitting, lying, whatever you want to be.
But how can the suit what you're wearing recreate all the motions?
Well, not all. We haven't got to all of the motions yet, but you will definitely feel certain lip movement, tongue movement. You are sensors. Can you feel it, Sach, in your rib?
Oh, don't make me laugh, please. I can't. No, I can't take it.
What if they hold a minute? What if they start doing something you don't want? Like they go up there and you go, oh no, not up there, not up there.
Well, then you can swipe your face. So you can push it out of the way.
Turn off. Okay.
Yeah. So this is like
this is just all a bit freaky for me.
No, yeah, I'm not sure.
I just thought that is the latest.
Hold on, and just so I know,
if we ever get a test of this equipment, Kedge is going first.
Okay.
Oh, I'll be first in the queue.
And what's the etiquette on, like, if you're married, are you still allowed to put the suit on and go and have some time with J-Lo or not?
I mean, that's, I don't know.
What?
It's metaverse rules. People might argue what goes on in the metaverse stays in the metaverse. I don't know. It's your profile, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Just on a quick side note, what I heard about the metaverse, which I actually got into, was that Spotify has built a series of islands based on our idea. I'm telling you, they were listening. Right? It says what they're doing in Roblox, actually, within the game. They've created Spotify Island. It includes games and quests, as well as a room for artists to meet their fans. There'll also be a stage and arena which could be used for future concerts. And we were saying that. We were saying, let's do a Bhangra concert at Balle Land.
Yeah, we're going to be in Balle Land. So that's, but that
on stage.
I'm going to have to link with the old Dallaire.
Yeah.
Meta Dallaire. And,
what do you mean? You're going to give him a kiss?
I haven't quite got the technology yet, but,
well, if
we'll
you
see.
want to. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you've learned a lot this week, Kedge.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, that's quite a few things, but what are the things that you have learned this week, lads?
Okay.
Shall I go first?
Yeah, go on then.
So the thing I learned is a word, and I thought this word was quite funny because the end of it says jaw.
Jaw?
Jaw. And
not pen?
No, it's close. Petrichor. Do you know what petrichor is?
Someone who steals a Petri dish.
Oh, that's a good one.
And it's quite fitting that I'm telling you what this word is about, because I
is it something that someone who takes away anxiety or fear from you?
No, you're never going to get this. Petrichor.
Petrichor.
Go on, Tommy.
It's if you donate your money to your pet, you make your pet richer.
Pet richer. No. Yes. Richer. Is it something to do with your stomach in Gujarati?
Petrichor is a smell.
Oh.
What do you mean?
It's the smell that you get just before it rains. You can always sense it.
Oh, yeah. I can smell that.
I can smell that too.
Yeah.
And it's something with when you know that, there's some sort of humidity in there and something comes out.
It's like almost like a damp.
It's like I think the word in Hindi for that, and you can all sort of, congratulate me in the knowledge of this word. But I think the word in Hindi or in Gujarati is dumas.
Hummus?
No, dumas.
Dumas.
Yeah. That's what they're taking a mick out of you. They're calling you dumas.
I think that is the word.
Okay, do you know what the word is? It's dumas. Oh, is it really? Yeah. Yeah, I get dumas. Do you really? Yeah, all the time.
Oh, God. Well, yeah, and I'm not getting no dumbest, but
right.
Petrichor is definitely a word. And it's funny because I saw it as a tweet and I was like, what does that word mean? So then I went and researched it, and it's there on the Met Office website, and it's an actual thing. That's the name of when you can smell rain on the way.
I bet you not everybody can smell it. I bet you it's one of those things.
I think so as well.
Like the asparagus in your wee and all that. Not everyone smells the asparagus when it comes out your wee.
In the wee?
When you eat asparagus, I can really smell it in your wee straight away.
This is why I don't eat asparagus.
Try it. See if you can smell it. But apparently only 20% of the people out there can smell it. It's not like that, 20-25%. So it's not that common. But okay, Petrichor. There you go. When it's next about to rain, when we're getting the last bit of the April showers.
Yeah.
And actually, by the way, next week's supposed to be really nice and sunny. By the way, so the next few days a bit moody. But there you go.
We've got the heat wave coming on. Heat wave.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Petrichor. Okay, good one. Things I learned this week is that elephants think that we humans are cute. Elephants actually look at us, and when they look at us, they produce the same chemical in their brains that we produce when we see puppies or babies, dopamine. So when an elephant looks at us, it starts to produce dopamine. They love us. They love humans. They love looking at humans. And they get the cute factor going when they see us. I thought that's kind of nice. And I think there's a fascination that we've got with elephants. I mean, have you met an elephant? Have you been up and close and personal with an elephant?
Yeah, I have,
They're magic.
Giving it a good slap, yeah.
I've been to
Why have you given it a good slap?
No, like good boy slap, not like a you naughty thing slap.
A behind slap.
Good boy.
Like a friendly. Boy. Yeah, like a good boy. Good.
And he's thinking,
sure. I hope that elephant slapped you back with his trunk, mate.
Exactly.
I
was told.
I went to elephant's orphanage, which was amazing.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, that's a good fact, by the way, Tommy. I like that.
There you go. Elephants think we're cute. They love us. Kedge, what you got?
And very quickly on that point, Tommy, I saw something today where dogs and humans are the only two. Dogs are the only thing where they can sense sort of love or something in eyes, and it's only the human eyes that they can do that in.
Yeah. And okay, man, I've got loads more. Okay, I'm going to add to 2 things to that then.
Go on.
So they do sense the love, but that's why dogs will not look at you. If you try and stare at your dog, it doesn't look at you, because that's a confrontational thing. You only do that when you're about to attack. And it doesn't want to do that with its owner. That's why you see all these kind of TikToks or whatever, they're going, oh, stare at your dog or bark in front of your dog and watch its reaction or whatever. And the dog doesn't quite look at its owner because it doesn't want to say, hey, I'm gonna fight. I'm ready to start on you. It'll only look you in the eye if it's always trying to protect itself. But when it takes a dirty, it looks at you because it's vulnerable and it's looking at you like, listen, I need you to keep an eye out because my other eye is kind of busy right now. So when it's taking a poo, it looks at you to say, are you keeping a lookout for us? But other than that, it won't. So loads of that dog stuff. I love all stuff like that. Kedge,
the thing I learned this week, again, which is another mind-blowing story, and it's nuts, is that South Korea have unveiled plans. And I've just been talking about people unveiling plans. And now South Korea have unveiled plans to build the world's first floating flood-proof city known as Oceanics Busan. They basically, it looks like incredible. What, Busan?
Busan.
No, that's Busan. This is Busan. Busan.
Busan.
Like Busan by. But basically, it's going to cost about £500 million.
What is it?
It's a floating city. It's a flood-proof city. So they're like pods, like all connected together on the sea, because obviously we've got this issue of the level of water rising on this planet, right? It can house 100,000 people, and it doesn't matter how much the sea moves up and down, all this kind of stuff. It just keeps floating. Wow. It's in 3 parts. This thing, it's got public spaces. Some of it is designed for research. It looks beautiful. It's like the Palm Island in Dubai.
Yep.
Yes. Right. It's that, but better. I mean,
it's a giant floater.
It's exactly what it is. It's a world-saving floater, and this is the way the world could be going before we get onto space.
Yeah. Would you want to live there? Do you feel safer living there, knowing that?
Mate, that's the only place that we're going to be living. I reckon there's a lot of countries going to be underwater soon.
Kedge loves a floater.
Yeah,
mate. I'll be first on that floater.
Kedge either wants to go out of space or into the ocean. So basically, you're not a land creature. Just want to be out there.
I just want to survive.
Can I just share another story with you that I was gonna do? I wasn't sure about.
Brucey bonus.
Brucey bonus on the brown load.
Because I was thinking, is this a thing I learned? I think it is. It's a thing I learned, and rather than a story, because there's no. But and I'm gonna call this little feature "Oi." Oi is only in India. Oi, right?
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Only in India this would happen, right? A man was found with 2 pounds of gold up his bum. There you go. And I came across that headline and I was like, 2 pounds of gold.
I saw that and I ignored it.
Did you? No. Yeah. See, it says he was acting suspiciously at the airport. He was shuffling around in a funny old way.
Don't make Sach laugh. Don't make me laugh.
Because I've heard of yellow gold. I've heard of white gold. I've not heard of brown gold. I mean, talk about like
the brown load.
Fully. He had a brown sauna load. That's what he had. Right. Wow. How'd you get 2 pounds of gold? 3 packs. It was worth $8.5 million. That's how much.
Up his behind.
Sauna hair. Is what he was gonna do.
Wow.
You're gonna get that. But I just think, you know what? It's an oi story only in India.
India.
If you come across any of those, send them in.
It happens only in India. That, as the famous go in the song went. Anyway.
There you go. On that beautiful note, I think we've crapped out as much as we can. So, Sach, you need to get some rest. I genuinely think you're a trooper. And
well done,
I am so sorry that happened to you, because you're one of the loveliest people in the world, and that doesn't deserve to happen. But also, that was just a really crappy end to what was otherwise a brilliant night and a brilliant bit of DJing.
And also, you played all my favourite garage tunes, so it shouldn't really have happened to you.
I had, when someone's drunk, and because obviously when you're sober, it's one of the first parties I've been to sober, and someone's come up to me, and she went, ugh, he's playing all of my favourite songs. I went, yeah, that's what he does. Yeah, no, but honestly, it's like he's playing my playlist I went, yeah, I know. That's, you know.
Yeah, no, I know. I hacked into your phone and got your playlist.
And then she put her arm around me. No, got her phone out and went through her playlist in front of me. And I'm going,
that's fun, isn't
Tommy,
it? Tommy,
it's funny. I deal with this every week, Tommy. I'm just putting it out there.
And yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's brilliant. Okay, can I go now and just enjoy the rest of the party rather than look through your phone? And
can I just, as we are going, we're just in time for extra time because Real Madrid have scored in injury time to level the game.
I'm going to go watch that.
Let's get onto that sofa.
Let's get on that. Lovely. Good timing. All right, boys. Have a good one. Catch you soon.